Sklar. A gentleman called a while ago regarding my newspaper ad.
Your ad?
You know what I'm talking about. The ad I placed looking for a bird statue in the newspaper. He also said he had a bird statue and he would like to sell it. Then he said he called earlier. Someone told him he had the wrong number. That was you, wasn't it?
Yes. And I am sorry that I had to lie, but it is for your own good. Something terrible will happen if you have that bird. It'll cause great unhappiness in the lives of many people.
None more so, I hope, than my husband.
Please, Mrs. Crane, leave well enough alone.
Oh, absolutely not. I am still convinced that Julian is hiding something. So I made arrangements to meet with this fellow and buy the bird. I feel certain it will give me the proof I need that Julian and Dr. Russell had an affair.
You know, guys, I still can't get over the coincidence of that homeless guy coming here trying to sell that bird statue.
Yeah, right after we were out at the dump looking for the same thing.
You know, when we were out there, I saw a bum going through the trash. I asked him if he'd seen the statue, but he said he hadn't.
What did he look like?
Well, he had on an old tattered coat and an orange wool hat.
That sounds like the same guy that came to the door. You know, I should have had you come out and talk to him.
But the guy that I saw said he hadn't seen the statue.
Well, maybe he didn't find it until after you talked to him.
You know, Eve, if you really want to track it down, I was just thinking, I told him that he could probably sell it at that collectible store out on Front Street.
You know, I have to get out of here.
Whoa. Where do you think you're going? You got a very bad cut on your leg.
Yeah, and that's why I got to get back to town. I need to see a doctor, okay? I'm afraid my leg is getting worse. What if I can never play tennis again, huh?
Calm down, Whitney. I doubt it's a permanent injury, all right?
Look, you don't know that. You are not a doctor. I'm going to call a taxi or an ambulance or something, but I can't stay here.
Well, you tell me how you're going to leave when the roads are probably still closed and the phones are down. You tell me that.
Even cell phones?
Yeah. The avalanche knocked out the towers, probably, so I'm afraid you're just going to have to hang tight and wait until they're up again. Right now, there's no way for you to get back to Harmony.
Chad, please. Look, can you maybe, go to the ski lodge, okay? Maybe the phones are working there, you know? Maybe they have a doctor on duty. Chad, please help me, please. You said I made my feelings known to you. What did you mean?
When I pulled you out of the snow and I gave you CPR, you were still kind of out of it. And you said some things that kind of threw me.
Well, what exactly did I say?
You said I love you. I've always loved you.
I would hold the hand of the one who could lead me places and kiss the lips of the one who could sing so sweet. And I would fly on the wings of the bird I knew could take me highest, breathe in, breathe out. You keep me alive. You are the fire burning inside of me. You are my passion for life.
You're wrong, Mrs. Crane, about Dr. Russell and Mr. Crane. I know Eve Russell. She's devoted to her husband and her family.
Well, I'm sure she is. Now, I am also sure that she and Julian had an affair in the past, and that bird is going to give me the proof.
Please, you must not pursue this. You have much more to lose than anyone if you do. Just let it go.
But I'm sorry, I can't do that. It's going to give me such great pleasure to confront Julian about this affair. And it's going to give me even greater pleasure to force Eve to help me win Sam's love back.
She will never do that, Mrs. Crane. And even if she was willing to try, it wouldn't work. Sam loves Grace. He would never hurt her. But Eve would never even try because it's wrong.
I don't care. I'm prepared to do whatever it takes to make Sam love me again.
Well, you two seem to be thick as thieves. Something I should know?
Are you all right, TC?
Is your leg giving you trouble again, TC?
I'm okay. Can a man scratch his leg without his best friend and his wife thinking that he's falling apart?
Well, if I ever fall apart, I hope I'm in as good a shape as you, TC.
TC, seriously, why don't we go to the hospital and I order an x-ray for this leg?
Sweetheart, I'm fine, okay? Please, don't worry about me.
Well, I gotta get going. Gotta go to the hospital and check on my patients.
Hey, why don't you and TC join us for dinner tonight?
Yeah, that's a good idea. TC can hang here until you get back from the hospital.
Yeah, making a pork roast.
Oh, that sounds wonderful, Grace. Thank you. So I'll see you all later.
Okay.
I hope I won't be too long.
Come on, baby, I'll walk you up. Sweetheart, you look tired. You've been running yourself ragged.
I'm all right, TC.
Baby, you shouldn't have went to the dump looking for that puzzle for me. You know what, sweetheart? You have to start thinking about yourself for a change. Because if anything were to ever happen to you, oh, man, I just love you so much.
Oh, TC.
Eve, what is it?
Nothing. It's just... I love you too, TC. And I always will.
Love you too.
Whitney, come on, girl. Get back into bed.
Why won't you just help me, please?
Look, I'm trying to do everything I can. All right?
Look, my leg feels swollen, okay? It is very hot. I think it's infected.
All right. Let's just take another look, okay? I mean, it didn't look so bad when I was wrapping it up.
You are not a doctor.
You know, you keep saying that. But I'll have you know that I've seen my fair share of knife cuts, all right? And I know when a cut needs stitches or not, and I also know when there's signs of infection, so... May I?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, it looks pretty clean. It's probably hot just because the blood's rushing to the cut to heal it, all right? Now, does it hurt when I press here?
No.
Okay. What about here?
Yeah, but it's not horrible.
We got a pretty big bruise around the cut, but it's not infected.
Are you sure?
Look, make it feel better? I'll put some more antibiotic ointment on it, just in case. Look, I promise you, Whitney, you'll be feeling good as new in no time.
I'm so glad my father isn't here. He'd have a panic attack.
I doubt that. Your father don't look like the panicky type to me.
You don't know him, Chad. He once had a very promising career in tennis, too. But something happened to his knee, and his career was over. Just like that.
What happened to his knee?
I don't know. Maybe a cut like this one. I think it would kill my father if I couldn't be competitive in tennis anymore.
I don't believe that. You know, as a matter of fact, maybe it wouldn't be such a bad idea if your tennis career was cut short.
You heard me say... I love you.
Yes. You know, and I would never hold you to something you said half-conscious. It's just, it's important for me to know if you meant what you said.
Yes. Yes, Ethan.
I meant it with all of my heart. I wanted to say those words for so long, but I never had the courage. I could only say them in my dreams. I would fall asleep with the words on my lips. I would wake up with the words in my heart. I never had the courage to say it out loud, but now I can. I want to run outside and shout it to the mountains. I want the whole world to know. I don't have to keep it a secret anymore.
Well, it's hardly a secret, Teresa.
You mean you weren't surprised to hear me say it?
No. I wasn't surprised at all.
You mean my words didn't come as a shock to you?
No, not at all. I'm just sorry that it took a near-death experience for you to finally feel free enough to say how you feel. It must have been hard on you to keep something like that bottled up inside.
It was pure torture. I mean, Mom and Whitney knew how I felt, of course, but they kept telling me just to get over it. Forget about my feelings. They were convinced that the love I felt would never be returned. And I was beginning to think they were right.
You were ready to forget about your feelings?
I was trying so hard. I even made a promise to God that I would just get on with my life, find someone new. But no matter how hard I tried, I couldn't do it. I couldn't deny the love I felt.
I know exactly how you feel.
You do?
Oh, absolutely. You know, my love has been tested too, but I never gave up. And true love never dies.
Oh, Ethan, you don't know how happy this makes me.
What are you talking about? You don't know anything about what tennis means to me. How dare you say that I would be better off without it?
No, I didn't say that.
No, you said it would be good if my career was cut short. That would be the most horrible thing that could ever happen.
Horrible for who? Huh? You? Or your father?
For both of us. It's one and the same.
No, it's not. Look, Whitney, look, I'm the last person to ever want to take away your dreams, okay? But, you know, when I put two and two together, it just looks to me like you're just trying to make up for what your father lost. All right? Sounds to me like they're his dreams. Maybe they're not yours.
No, you're wrong. I play tennis because I want to. I push myself, and I play hard because I want to be the best.
Or maybe because your father needs for you to be the best.
No, stop it. My father is not living through me.
You know, Whitney, I know it's a very hard thing for you to admit, but just listen to me for 1 second, okay? Just think for 1 minute, just for 1 minute, what it might be like to wake up every morning of your life and say, ask yourself, what do I want to do with this day, huh? Who do I want to be? And maybe this accident will give you time to think about that. Think about what you really want out of life. And maybe it is to be a tennis star. And that's great. Or maybe not. Or maybe you don't even want to decide what kind of career path you want to follow right now. And maybe you just decide that you want to live like a normal teenager. And do normal teenager things like have a boyfriend or whatever. You'll just decide that maybe you just want to have a real life as a young girl. And not a tennis machine.
I gotta take some things over to the shop. Will you watch the roast for me?
Yeah, sure, honey.
Okay. I'll be back soon.
Your knee is really bothering you today, isn't it?
It's no big deal. My wife worries too much about me as it is. And I don't want her to worry about my knee, too.
Look, TC, I'm really glad you got me to open up about Ivy and what's going on with her. But it's a two-way street. If you want to tell me how you injured your knee, it'll be just between you and me. You can trust me.
I know, Sam.
Then why don't you tell me what happened? You shouldn't keep something like that on the inside. It'll just make you crazy.
Because talking about it is not going to take the anger away. When I injured my knee, my tennis career was over. Sammy, I was going to go to the top. And it broke my father's heart. And he died later on.
TC, I didn't know that, man. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, me too. But you know what, man? I'll never forget the feeling of letting him down.
But you couldn't help getting injured, TC.
Yes, I could have, man. I should have been ready. I should have been on the lookout for something like that.
Something like what? What happened?
Man, I was getting ready for the regional finals, and I knew that I was going to win. I was going up against Julian Crane.
Julian Crane? I didn't know he was a serious tennis player.
Oh, yeah. You know, Julian was pretty good back then. And he wanted that championship, and he wanted it bad.
TC, what are you telling me?
Sammy, you're a cop. When a crime is committed, you look to the first person who stands to benefit from that crime, right?
Right. So?
Well, the person who stood to benefit the most from my injury was Julian Crane.
TC, are you telling me Julian Crane was responsible for ending your tennis career?
Come, Pilar, what's going on? I certainly hope Ivy hasn't been boring you with tales of some non-existent bird statue.
Don't even try to pump Pilar for information. It won't do you any good. I'll tell you everything when I'm ready.
Tell me everything about what?
Pilar, would you please tell Cook to prepare Cornish hens for dinner? I'm in the mood to feast on some bird.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I'll be back later.
Where are you going?
Out.
Out where? What are you up to?
Well, maybe you'll like this for an answer. I have a date with Destiny. Ta-ta.
Ooh, what's she up to, Pilar?
I'm afraid you'll have to ask Mrs. Crane. Crane residence.
Pilar? It's Eve.
Hello, Dr. Russell.
I'll take that, Pilar. Eve, what is it? Why are you calling?
I'm afraid I have some bad news, Julian. The bum we saw at the garbage dump, he has the bird statue.
What? Damn, will that bird never die?
I'm going to say this to you one last time, Chad. I play tennis because I love it, not because my father wants me to play. If my father stopped encouraging me or pushing me, I would still play because I love the challenge. And I know I can be a world-class champion one day.
You think so? I mean, you really sure that that's the goal that you want in life?
I don't think, Chad, I know. But, you know, I wouldn't even expect you to understand. You've probably never set a goal for yourself because that would be too much work.
You know, I don't like to argue with girls who are not in fighting condition, but I'll have you know that I have set goals for myself in my music. And I have worked hard because it's what I expect of myself. Not because that's what my family wants. It's because it's what I want.
What family? You don't have a family. You have no idea what it's like to be a part of one. To want them to be proud of you. To want your family name to mean something in this world. You don't even know if your last name is your real last name.
Yeah, you're right. I was just stating the facts as I see them. But it's real clear to me now that you don't want to hear anything I got to say. If you need anything, just give a yell.
Teresa, I'm glad that you didn't let your friends and family talk you into burying your feelings.
They couldn't. The more they tried, the more I was convinced that somehow fate would bring us together.
You should stick to that belief. And Gwen and I have had our arguments and disagreements, but we never let that keep us apart. I love her more than ever.
Gwen?
Yes. And now I know that you've never stopped loving Chuck.
Chuck.
And I know that he hurt you when he broke up with you, but he was probably just scared. And if you love him this much, you should forget about your pride and go to him.
You think I mean Chuck?
Well, of course, Teresa. And I'll bet you that he probably just got cold feet. And I'll also bet you that he probably loves you as much as you love him. You know, maybe he was afraid that you reject him. That's why he didn't make the first move. So you have to make the first move. Go to him. Tell him how you feel. You know you love him. You know you want him. You have to tell the man you love how you feel. I know he won't walk away. I'm gonna go get us something else to drink.
I can't believe that bird keeps resurfacing. It's worse than a cat with 9 lives. Now, where is it? Do you have it?
Well, no, the bum came to Grace's back door trying to sell it.
So Grace has it?
Well, no. She gave the bum some money, but she didn't buy the statue. I don't even know if it's the same statue, Julian.
Can't take any chances. Now, you have to find that bum and get that damn bird back.
Me? This is not just my problem, Julian. Now, if it is our bird, and it falls into the wrong hands, it could ruin all our lives. Mine and TC's, yours and Ivy's. And our children would be terribly hurt.
All right, other than going back to the dump, how can I help?
Meet me in the alley off Front Street. I'm going to check out a collectible shop around the corner.
Well, he isn't here. Or maybe it's just as well. Maybe Pilar's right. This bird could bring disaster to all of us. Maybe I shouldn't pursue this. No!
Who did I talk to on the phone? At the bird statue?
Hi, Chad. How's Whitney?
She'll be all right.
Good.
How you doing?
I'm fine. Still can't believe we got caught in that avalanche. I hope everybody at the ski lodge is okay.
Teresa, look, it's okay. You ain't got to pretend with me. I know how you feel about Ethan.
Ethan. I don't know what you mean.
I saw you two dancing together at the Seascape restaurant a while back. Now, Whitney made it pretty clear to me that you're in love with him. He just doesn't know anything about it.
Oh.
And that's one of the reasons why she wants to get out of here so fast. She figures if you're away from Ethan, that you'll get over him, right?
Yep.
Does Ethan know how you feel?
No. He doesn't know. I thought he did when he heard me say I love you to him before when I was coming to, but he thinks I'm in love with someone else. And if he finds out that I've been lying to him all this time, he'll hate me for it.
Well, maybe not. Maybe he'll understand.
I would give anything to believe that. Because now that I've actually said those words to him, it's going to be even harder than ever to hide my feelings. It's like putting a genie back into the bottle. One of these days, I'll see Ethan, and the words will just pop out. I love you, Ethan Crane. I love you and only you. I've got to get out of here. I can't spend another night this cabin with
Teresa, wait. Hold on, you ain't going anywhere. Shh. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. Shh.
Did Julian cause your injury, TC?
I can't prove it, but I know that he was behind it. And if I hadn't gotten injured, I would have beaten him every time, just like I've beaten him every time before. But I couldn't because I had to drop out of the finals. And Julian goes on to win the championship.
Damn. I didn't know that, man. Hey, no wonder you hate him so much.
Julian Crane is just like all the other Cranes. They take everything that they want. And they will hurt anybody who gets in their way.
Look, I knew they were ruthless, but I had no idea how they changed your life. I am so sorry, man.
Sammy, what happened to me is in the past. But right now, I'm worried about you.
Me?
Yeah, I'm talking about Ivy Crane. Ivy is as ruthless as the family she's married to.
This what you've been looking for?
Well, it might be. Where did you find it?
At the city dump. But it's a real nice statue. It could even be a collectible.
Yes, you might be right.
I'd be willing to part with it for $50.
Well, you drive a hard bargain. Sold.
Thanks, lady. Tell me what's so special about that bird anyway?
That is what I intend to find out.
Look, TC, I know you're concerned about Ivy. So am I. But I think I convinced her to stay away from me. And I warned her. If she ever hurt Grace, I would never forgive her.
Well, I hope she listens to you. For your sake and for Grace's. But Ivy has become just like Julian. What, it's been 20 years since you and her have been together? And her passion for you has still not cooled. I'm not sure this woman can face reality.
Well, I sure hope you're wrong. Pilar! How are you?
Hey, Pilar. Hello, TC. I hope I'm not intruding.
No, not at all. Grace just went over to the shop. She said she'll be back in a few moments. Can I get you a cup of coffee?
Thank you.
You know what, guys? I'm going to give Eve a call. She seemed upset about something. Excuse me?
Sure. So how's the Crane mansion?
How do you mean?
Talking about Ivy. I know I can be straight with you because you've been through everything right along with us.
Yes, that's true. I was Ivy's maid all those years ago when you two were dating against her family's wishes.
I mean, aren't you close to her? I mean, doesn't Ivy confide in you?
Yes, Sam, but I hope you won't ask me to betray her confidence.
No. I'm not going to do that. It's just I want to protect Grace. She doesn't know about my past with Ivy, and I'm not going to tell her unless I have to. I'm hoping she got my message.
Well, I'm afraid she didn't get your message, Sam. I wish she had. But when Ivy gets something in her head, she doesn't let go easily. And unfortunately, right now, you are in Ivy's head.
Up and down this entire wharf. Some sign of that bum.
I think we should go back to the dump. Maybe he went back there.
Suppose we'll have to.
Julian, we have to find him before he opens up that statue and finds the pictures that you took of us.
You know, I wouldn't mind reliving a bit of the past.
Take your hands off me, Julian. Remember, I once threatened to cut off your fingers with a scalpel.
You weren't serious.
You touch me again and you'll find out just how serious I am.
Oh, you always were such a tiger. And you play the part of The righteous Dr. Russell, so well. Perfect wife, respectable physician. I remember you when you enjoyed our little photo sessions together, my dear.
I was a very different person then, Julian. I was young and needy.
Yes. You were very, very needy.
And TC rescued me from all that.
TC rides in on his white horse and spoils all the fun.
He saved my life. Oh, thank God he never found out about us.
Yeah, well, that is a plus, I must admit.
And since TC never did find out about us, then I wonder why he hates you so much, Julian. What did you do to him?
That's ancient history, my dear.
TC's hatred for you is alive and well today, Julian. He won't even let you be Whitney's tennis sponsor. Why? What happened between you two back then?
I'd rather not go into that right now. Let's just hope that that bird statue is gone forever.
Julian, there he is. That's the man we've been looking for.
Look, I ain't trying to get in anybody's business, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't trying to make no judgment call neither. But I know what it's like to go for somebody who's out of reach. Maybe it's not somebody like a Crane, but it's definitely somebody from a different world. And they got a passion for something that's just ain't me. And now I'm telling myself it's just a lost cause. It's time to move on. Maybe it's time you thought the same thing. Look, all I'm saying is that how long can you keep running every time you just come close to telling Ethan how you feel?
Chad, I have tried to tell myself I don't love him. I have tried to move on. But somehow, fate keeps throwing us together.
Fate?
Yeah, like this trip. Whitney and I were supposed to be staying at the ski lodge, but somehow fate kept us from getting a room there, so we came here. And fate made you and Ethan decide to come here, too.
Yeah, well, I got a lot of respect for fate, you know? I mean, it's a powerful force. But it don't control your mind. I mean, Teresa, you know deep down inside when you ain't got a chance in hell with somebody? I mean, sometimes you just gotta listen to your gut feeling.
Is that how you feel about that person who's out of your reach?
Yeah.
I know how it hurts to want someone you can't have. I mean, I lose either way. If I tell Ethan how I feel, I lose him because he'll hate me. And if I don't, I'll lose him anyway.
Yeah. You know, pain is something that life just seems to hand out a lot of, you know? You know how they say, love can sometimes just be a bitch.
Can't you talk to her? I mean, she would listen to you, right?
I've tried to tell her that what she's doing is wrong. She won't listen. She's determined to win back your love.
That will not happen, Pilar.
I know, Sam. You love your wife. I've told Ivy as much. But she is so sure she can make you remember your past together when you were young and in love with her.
I plan to tell Grace about me and Ivy, but when the time is right. You won't mention it to her until I have a chance to talk to her, will you?
Oh, I would never speak to Grace about such a thing.
Thanks, Paula.
Sure.
Hey.
It didn't take too long, did it?
No.
Hi, Grace. What a nice surprise. How are things up at the mansion? How's Ivy?
TC's, something wrong?
I'm not sure. I called the hospital, but the duty nurse said that Eve hasn't been in there yet. I wonder where she went.
Hello? Do you remember me?
Yeah, down at the dump.
That's right. I asked you if you had found the statue of a bird, and you said you hadn't seen anything like that.
And you were the jerk who wouldn't give me a quarter for a lousy phone call.
How dare you? How dare you?
I apologize for my friend's rude behavior, but I did give you a quarter, remember?
Yeah.
Well, I'm still looking for that bird statue. Did you find one after I left the dump?
Well, what's so important about that bird?
It's not so important. I collect them, statues of birds. It's a hobby of mine.
It figures.
Did you find anything like that?
Yeah, I found something like that.
Oh, thank heaven!
I just sold it.
You sold it?
To whom?
I didn't get their name. Give me a phone number if I find another one. I'll give you a call.
Oh, yes. Please do. We would appreciate that very much.
Yeah, no problem.
Somebody has the bird statue. They could be opening it and looking at the pictures inside right now. Who could it be?
I don't get it. How could you possibly be connected to Julian and Eve's past? I wonder if there's something inside. Something that could help me force Eve to make Sam